And welcome back. Okay, in the last video we took a look at some of the basic particle system functionality and saw some of the parameters and didn't get that far, but you could probably see how with some experimentation, playing with the colors, some of the movement parameters, you could eventually come up with something that looked like a passable fire or smoke or some of the other things you might want to do with a particle system, and that would be fine. And once upon a time, that's the way you did it, and eventually you would come up with something that's passable, but it would take a whole lot of time. And if you had to do it, you could, but actually the nice thing about Unity is you don't have to. There's a lot more to Unity than we've seen. And one of those things are some pre-built particle systems. Now, these particle systems you can use just as they are and put in your game and whatnot, and that's fine. And to start out, maybe that's the way you want to go about it. But of course, so can everybody else. And that would mean you'd have particle systems that looked pretty much like everybody else's. And that's not ideal. But what you can do is use them to get started and use them as examples. Say, what does it look like? What do the parameters look like to come up with a passable fire or smoke or one of the other things? And see what you do. And then just use that as a starting point for your experimentation, which is a lot better than starting with those little white-gray cotton fuzzball kind of things and trying to build your effect from there. So that's enough of that, and let's get going. So here we go. First thing we're going to do, come up to the Assets menu and import Package and Particles and lots of stuff in here, lots of stuff. All checked by default. That's fine. So we'll just import, and here it comes. And there we go. It gives us our standard assets folder. There's particles and all kinds of things here. Dust and fire and smoke and sparkles and whatnot. Now, one thing we'll find if we come back over here, and this is our original particle system. We had default particle, and now we've got all kinds of choices here. Look at this. We've got snowflakes and everything. I'm going to choose soap bubble. So we'll close this. And now our particles are these soap bubbles instead of just that fuzzy gray patch. So can't really see it from here. And we go to the game menu. We're kind of far off to really see this. So it's not going to work like this. So we're going to have to zoom in. And so we'll grab our camera, go to the top view, and move in and over. Just see if we can get close enough to get something. Let me change the background. I'm going to make this darker so maybe we have a little better contrast for the particles. And let's look at let's try a side view, zoom around. There we got a side. Okay. Yeah, let's see what we got now. Okay, well, can't necessarily tell they're bubbles from here, but you can tell they're not the fuzzy gray patches. Let's move in even closer. Try it one more time. And it looks pretty good. Okay, now you might be able to see that they're bubbles. And they've got that bubble kind of sheen to them. We can come in, we can change some of these parameters here. We can change the forces on them, make them move in different directions if we wanted. We can change the colors if we wanted. But we definitely have something here. You probably would want to add a little more motion to them to get a real bubbly kind of effect. But that's it. That's a first step. So that's it for now. That's a good first step. We don't have that fuzzy gray patch anymore, but that's just the first step. So we're going to end this video here, and then we're going to start up in the next video and take a look at some of those pre-built particle systems and see what other interesting things are going on there. So we'll see you on that video.